Back to another episode of Dice City Picks. I'm your host, Tony Parlay. We've got 3 basketball games to go ahead and break down today. See if we can go ahead and bounce back. Went 1-2 yesterday. Went ahead and got that spread pick with the Celtics over the Sixers. Lost the total. The U.S. fell to Canada in overtime. That was a classic. And for some reason, the Grizzlies got completely blown out by the Pacers. That second quarter, I believe the Pacers scored 50 points. Lost our money line play. So we've got 3 plays to go ahead and bounce back. We're going to go ahead 3 basketball games. First one first, Knicks at Cavs. Let me go ahead and pull up my notes on this one so we can go ahead and break this one down here. All right. Let me go ahead. I'm pulling it up right now. Sorry, it's loading here. Knicks 8.5-point underdogs at Cleveland. Total 241.5 plus 275 money line underdogs for the Knicks. This looks like it'll be the second meeting of the season. The Cavs won the first meeting, 110-104. The Knicks are coming off of an overtime win over the Bulls. The Cavs took care of the lowly Nets. Spread opened up at Cavs minus 7.5. It has been bet up to 8, 8.5 at some books. Looks like the public is split on this one. This was interesting to me. 80% of the public is on the Cavs money line, but only about 56% of the public is taking the Knicks and the points on the spread. 8.5 points is a lot. It's usually about 5 for home court advantage. 110-104. Last one was close. Feels like a lot of points. I know that this is going to be a closer game. These are 2 of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. Definitely a good little rivalry going on between the 2 teams. The Knicks did go ahead and knock the Cavs out of the playoffs last year. No major injuries here. 8.5 points feels just like too many points. I know it's going to be a public play. I know the public is all over the Knicks, backing the Knicks. Those public plays, they usually go against you. But man, it's a Friday night. Knicks got everyone there. I think the Cavs win this game. I wouldn't tell you to bet the Knicks in this one. I do think the Cavs will win, but 8.5 is just feels like too many points. Maybe it's a public play. It's minus 110 on both ends. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and take it, man. I know it. I hate these public plays, but the Knicks, 37-18. They could upset the Cavs. I mean, it is possible. They just don't match up very well against this team, but 8.5 points feels like far too many points. I know the Cavs are at home, but give me the 8.5 points and the Knicks on the road in this one. Yeah, man, Knicks are covering that spread. They may not win the game, but they're definitely covering an 8.5-point spread. That's way too many points. Cavs are very good, but they're not that much better than the Knicks. Give me the Knicks plus 8.5 points at minus 110 odds. That's going to be our first play. Let's go ahead and go into the next one. It looks like we've got the Timberwolves at the Rockets. Fourth and final meeting of the season between these teams. T-Wolves have actually won the last 2 meetings. The last, including a win, 127-114. Line opened up at Rockets minus 5. Like I told you guys, 5 points. Typically your home court advantage. It's been bet down to 3, 3.5 in some books. Public's all over the Timberwolves getting the points, but is surprising for me to see. They are split 50-50 on the money line. While the total, that one has one of the biggest divides. The total opened up at 216.5. It's been bet up to 219, 220, depending on the sports books. Nearly 90% of the public is on the over. I got to fade the public on this one. I was riding with the public with the Knicks play, but 90%, anytime you see 90%, go the other way. It never works out betting with the public that big. That isn't that high of a total. 219.5, I believe, is what I'm seeing right here. Let's see what BetMGM has listed. Let me just make sure I'm on the same page with you guys. Timberwolves plus 3.5 points, 219.5 plus 125 money line underdogs. 219.5 isn't very high total, but both these teams do play very good defense. The Rockets have great perimeter defense. T-Wolves got Gobert down low. Still, like the last one was 127-114, very high scoring game. I believe Anthony Edwards went off around 40 in that last meeting. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like I told you, I'm fading the public. Rode with the public with the Knicks. 90% of the public is on the over in this one. It's been bet up 3.5 points like that. Yeah, let's fade the public. Give me the under in this one. This one has under written all over it. Both these teams play very good defense. I could see them locking teams up. They're just getting that rust off from the All-Star break. Houston, that's a tough place to play. Udoka's got that team coached up very well. I believe I saw Jabari Smith was warming up playing. They're going to be a lot healthier. I think the Rockets are better than the T-Wolves this season. And this matchup just doesn't look like it's a good matchup for the Timberwolves. And they both play great defense. Give me the under. Give me the under. We're going to go ahead and have a low-scoring game. It's a rock fight. I know it's not sexy. It's not a fun pick. Unders aren't usually fun picks, but they usually win. Unders are much more profitable than overs. Give me under 219.5 points, minus 105 odds. That's going to be our second play. Now, this was my favorite play of the night. Let's go ahead and scroll down on my notes here. We've got the Golden State Warriors at the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Warriors, let me go ahead and double check on this. Warriors, Kings have won the last two meetings, including a 123-117 win last month. Line opened up at Warriors minus 1.5. It's been bet up to around 2.5, depending on the book. Public's all over the Kings at home in this one. They're getting 55% of the money on the spread. Total opened up at 234. It's been bet up to around 236. 80% of the public is on the over. We're going to get a high-scoring game. That actually makes sense with these two teams. The Warriors opened up at minus 112 on the money line. It's been bet up to minus 140, minus 135, depending on the books. 70% of the money is backing the Warriors on the money line. Now, the Warriors, since they've made this Jimmy Butler trade, both these teams, look at that, 28-27. They're in the mix. They just found out this news about Wembanyama and the Spurs, so that's one less team they got to worry about. Suns are falling out of the Western Conference standings as well. The Warriors really need these wins. This is where there's not much runway for them to go ahead and make up for that 500 record that they have. I'm pulling this up right now so we can go ahead and double check these. 28-27. Let me go ahead and double check those standings because that's what I wanted to go ahead and look for the West. All right. And yes, Warriors are in the play-in right now, 10th spot. Suns lost to the Spurs last night, threw them off. Kings are in the 9th spot. It looks like, what is that? 3 games out of the playoffs. The Warriors are 3 games out of the playoffs. Clippers got that 6th seed at 31-24. Warriors need these wins, man. They need to start stacking these wins. I know they don't want to be in this play-in. They're a pretty good team. That Jimmy Butler trade was a great move for them. They should be getting Kuminga back soon enough. I can really see where this Warriors team is making that last gasp, that run. The Kings, I don't really understand that roster. They got Zach LaVine, they got DeRozan. It's like they're trying to recreate what the Bulls had, Keon Ellis, Sabonis. I really don't understand what the Kings are doing. That's a team that I just don't get it. They have wins. They play hard. They're an interesting team to go ahead and watch. They've gotten the better of the Warriors in the past 2 games. Feels like this one means a lot more to the Warriors. I like that roster a lot better. I like the Warriors makeup. I feel like they've got better chemistry. They've got the experience. The Warriors need this. The Warriors money line, that's a public play. It looks like it's a public play. I think I'm going to go ahead and roll with the public on this one. The Warriors need this win a lot more than the Kings do because the Warriors are a better team, and the Warriors are going to make this run. Warriors are going to be one of the hottest teams in this second half. They get all those players, they're going to make this run. They're going to get into that playoffs. They're going to be one of those top 6 seeds. I don't even think they're going to be in this play-in. They're going to be in the playoffs. If you can find that bet, that's a good bet as well. Warriors to make the playoffs, especially with everything like clearing the way. The Suns, that's a team that's in disarray. No one looks happy on that team. The Spurs, talked about the Wembanyama injury. And then other than that, it's like Mavericks dealing with the Anthony Davis injury. The Kings are above them. We talked about the Timberwolves and the Rockets. Both of those teams are above them as well. Warriors did beat the Rockets in the last game before the All-Star break. I love the Warriors in this spot. Give me the Warriors. Let's take a look. What is it, minus 140 or is it minus 135? Depending on the book. Minus 2.5, 236.5, minus 140. Take minus 140. I don't really want to lay the points. Let's go ahead and keep it. We got a spread money line in total. We're going to go ahead and Warriors money line minus 140. Let's go ahead and get our recap here. Knicks plus 8.5, minus 110 odds. under 219.5 in Timberwolves and Rockets minus 105 odds, and give me the Warriors on the money line at minus 140. Those are going to go ahead and be your plays. Like, comment. You know you want to subscribe. Don't miss any of my free picks. This fun journey you're going to want to be watching so you can go ahead and make some money as well. Have yourself a wonderful night. Click on the banner and let's make some money.